A month ago, February 28, 2026, America and Israel started bombing Iran's boats, planes, rockets, factories, and secret bomb-making spots. They called it Operation Epic Fury. It's going really fast, way ahead of the 4 to 6 week plan. They already sunk 154 Iran's ships, blown up over 90% of Iran's rocket launchers, and got rid of some of Iran's top bad guys. Trump says Iran is now begging for a peace deal because they're getting smashed, but he sent them to a list of 15 things they have to do through Pakistan, and Iran said no way, that's too hard. Trump's helpers, like Vice President of America JD Vance, says this stops Iran from making a super dangerous nuke bomb. They compare it to Iran wearing a suicide vest. Pete Hegseth, I don't know if I said it right, guys, but a big military guy, says the news is being mean about this. They also gave Easter blessings to the troops in the Gulf. Oh, and back in America, gas and drug prices are already going down. Hey, that's it. America and Israel are winning big and fast. Iran is hurt and wants to talk, but Trump says not yet. Do what I say first. America and Israel teaming up to smash Iran's military so Iran can never make a nuclear bomb or keep attacking people with rockets and terrorists. They started on February 28 and now we on March 26, almost a month in, and it's working better and quicker than anyone thought. Iran is weak now. Their ships are mostly gone. Their rockets are mostly gone. Their leaders are scared. Iran says, please stop, let's make a deal. But they don't like America's 15 rules, so the fighting keeps going a bit. Trump says it's almost over. We will have peace soon. The world is watching because this spot, the Middle East, has a lot of oil, and the wars there can make the prices go crazy. Part 3 for sure is where we then discuss how these war events, guys, are going to affect our wallets. That's basically what we do here every day. Log in every day for an update, subscribe, like and share, comment, put the show out there. This is the part where it basically gets juicy for us. This war is mostly about oil. Iran sits right by a narrow sea lane called the Strait of Hormuz. Almost 20% of the world's oil goes through there. Iran tried to block it, so oil got harder to get. Result, oil prices shot up fast. Brent crude went over $100 a barrel, and it even hit $116 at one point. That means everything that uses oil or gas is going to cost you more. So for us, like, you know, everyday regular guys like me in the UK with a 9 to 5, your car and driving is going to be affected, guys. Petrol and diesel went up about 3p a litre already, and it could go higher. Filling up your tank costs you an extra £5 to £10 every time. If you drive to work or do deliveries, your weekly fuel bill is gonna jump up 20 to 40 easy. And you know what I'm really truly feeling sorry for is all the companies, which is pretty much every company that gets a truck delivery. Think about the guys that get the pallet delivered to their offices on a day-to-day basis, and they probably gonna get charged more for their delivery charges because these other haulages, they getting burned when it comes to fuel, and we're gonna feel it. And bear in mind, I used to be a truck driver before this. My haulage, we used to have a pump in the yard, and we used to go get fuel in the yard. And I remember one day we coming up and we getting told, take fuel cards, we need to just go before the prices go crazy. And it was a big change for me. Obviously it made me wake up a little bit to think, well, what's going on? This is way bigger than just my personal car, your personal car. Just think about, you know, Tesco deliveries, Morrison's deliveries, Asda deliveries, Lidl, Audi, you know, everybody's getting big deliveries on a truck. Almost everything in this country is coming on a truck, so shout out to the truck drivers. But you know, it affects them a lot, and it affects us a lot because everything comes on the back of a truck. Moving on to the bills at home, gas and electric for heating, cooking, hot water, and the next price cap in July could make your monthly bill £50 to £100 higher if this drags on. That's like losing a whole takeaway or two. Like, think about it, like, you know, all the money that you gotta be spending now, you know, it could affect how your regular family work because, you know, in the UK, we've got that thing where we go get a little Chinese, you know, go get a little takeaway, you know, going out clubbing, dinners, restaurants, you know, it's gonna be hitting the wallets different. Fuel and food delivery costs more, so places like this is gonna charge you extra. A night out, a meal might cost you £10 to £20 more. You might skip it or just go cheaper to save money. You know, that's just You're just gonna have to come up with ways to do this. Moving on, credit card and finance stuff. If you have a car, a phone, a laptop on finance, interest rates might creep up because banks worry about the economy. Your minimum payments might feel tighter. Going on to subscriptions like your gym, your phone contract, your Netflix, you might not get hit direct, but if prices everywhere rise because of inflation, companies will pass it on. Your phone bill, your broadband could go up to £5 a month, could change just like that. Everyday shopping and food. Trucks use diesels, groceries, Amazon stuff. Even a pint at the pub might cost you 50p to £1 more soon. Overall, for a normal Joe like me and you guys, expect £100 to £300 extra a month hitting your bank account by the summer if oil stays high. Your take-home pay buys less fun and less comfort. It's not the end of the world, but it pinches. I'm not gonna lie, for most of us, it's actually just feeling like it's the end of the world right now, because today I went to Shell and I just thought, let me put a bit of V-Power in. I used to put V-Power £40 in. I used to get a lot. I drive a 1 litre. I used to get a lot, but last time I did it, the bars, they just did not go to what I'm used to going, and it's crazy. It's crazy because if I'm just thinking about me right now, like if I'm feeling it like this, I can imagine the guys that own the haulage companies. I can imagine the guys that drive the bigger cars, the brothers with the 2 litre cars. Like, surely they can afford it. Probably they can afford it. Like, I can imagine a rich guy probably can afford it because he's thinking like, oh yeah, my G-Wagon, my Range Rover, yeah, I can afford the fuel, but it's just a slight difference from what you're used to, you know? And I'm pretty sure that's gotta be annoying. You know what, if it's annoying or if it's not annoying and you're a rich guy watching this, please let me know in the comments. I'd like to hear from you. And as of people in Scotland, same as UK, even higher heating bills. Not to see oil helps a bit, tiny bit though, sorry for my Scottish friends, but you still feel the pump price pain on those long drives. For my Irish friends, very similar to the UK, you import all your energy, petrol, home, heating, oil will still sting extra hard. Groceries, they also got lots imported over there too. Those prices could go up. And for our European friends, it's gonna hit worse on gas, way more than us in the UK. Also, gas prices jumped 35 to 45% in days. Your heating bills could double in some countries this winter. Driving in trains cost more. Eating out or holidays, you're gonna have to think twice on that, guys. And for my American friends, gas at the pump went up. Not as bad as Europe because America makes its own oil, but still 20 to 50 cents more per gallon in places. Groceries and flights feel it, but Trump says domestic wins like falling prices will come back once the war ends quick. For my Canadian friends, similar to the USA, they've got lots of oil and are better. Gas prices are up, but not crazy. Eating up in the winter province hurts more. Food and car costs rise like everywhere else. Bottom line, for all of us, common folk, high energy, everything costs a bit more. Not instant disaster, but it squeezes your spending money, makes bills annoying, and you might cut back on nights out and new stuff or holidays. But you know what I feel sorry for? Even guys with kids, like guys with families, you know, your kids probably don't even understand all of this, but you just having to be there making some changes that you don't want to make. I guess it hurts a lot more. And anyone else out there, you want to share your story about what's going on and how it's affecting you, just be quick to let me know in the comments. Let's talk, let's discuss. I'm just a regular guy like you. I'm just trying to know how it's affecting you. So this part of the video, guys, we're just going to be discussing ways that we can try, maybe come up with ways to stop all of this hitting our wallets, you know, just normal easy stuff that us normal everyday regular Joes can just do, you know. People will clock in and clock out. We're just gonna have to start tracking every penny. Track every penny, you know. Use a free app or notebook. Write down what you spend on fuel, bills, and food. Maybe you might have to cut down that little one subscription. No point in having a Netflix and having a Disney, and then you got the Prime Video, and then you got HBO, and then you've got Paramount, and then you got ITV, and then, you know, like, sorry, is it ITV? No, sorry, excuse me, man, y'all gonna be frying me in the comments, but I think the one I'm trying to talk about is the one that's hosting that Welcome to Dairy series, or whatever that is. Now TV, yeah, Now TV, that's the one. But if you got all those subscriptions, just think about it, that's probably about over 100 quid just on subscriptions for stuff that you want to watch a month. You might just have to like figure out what show you're willing to miss until things go back easy, and then boom, you can catch up. Matter of fact, it might just even be better for you, because think about it. If you cut down the bills, right? Boom, you miss a season or two. When things get back to being better, you catch up, binge watch that. Matter of fact, binge watching might just be way more fun than just catching an episode here, catching an episode there, and then boom, you get hit with a big bill at the end of the month. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Fuel and car. Try drive less if you can, you know? Car share if you can. Get the bus if you can. Ride that bike if you can. Walk when you can. Walk to the gym. Jog to the gym. No point in driving to the gym. I say get that cardio on the way to the gym. Lift the weights. Get more cardio on the way back to the house. That's just a way that I think is efficient, because before, I mean, if you're like really hitting the gym like 5 days a week, and think about it, maybe the gym is about, let's say, 2 miles away from your house. That's a lot of miles at the end of the week. And I'm just saying, maybe if you ran those miles, like a little 2-mile jog to the gym, 2-mile jog back from the gym after lifting some weights, you might feel better and you might save. It'll definitely improve your cardio 1000%. And then when it comes to the bills, shop around for cheaper energy supplier and turn down your heating. If you can't use LED bulbs, if you can't boil only what you need in the UK, check for government help sites if the bills spike. If you can't with the cooking, cook big batches, avoid impulse buys on credit cards. Credit and finance, pay more than minimum on cards, loans to avoid interest. Don't start the new big finance right now. Don't even try finance anything. Like, if anything, don't even think about getting a new credit card right now in this environment. It's really not even the place for it, especially buying stuff on credit. Honestly, I don't recommend. Just looking at the market, this is not a decision to tell you what to do, but we're just saying, looking at the war and then looking at the market, because the market is affected by what's going on out of the war, and then the market affects what's happening to us, and what's happening to us affects our wallets. Set a monthly budget, still get a little fun a bit, stick to it. Go out every other week instead of every week. Skip a week, instead of doing it weekly, just do it every 2 weeks. Things are gonna come back to normal, and then you can get back to how you live your life. But I'm just trying to help me and you survive in this time. This is a tough time that we're going through. We not even talking about war, about who's winning or what. We just literally just laying it down like it is, and we just talking about how it's affecting our pockets, because we just gotta like come up with a little community where we can help each other, guys. I know I'm 100% sure that some of you guys watching, you probably got like ways that you do to save money here and there. Share with us. Let us know what you lot are doing to go through these tough times. I want to know. Of course, I want to know. Let me know in the comments. DM me. Feel free. Email me. This part of the video where we talk about how us regular folk can invest and protect our money in tough times like this, man. And the first one for me starting off is just energy and oil companies, guys. For those who are good on trading 2 and 2, not even good. I personally believe, if you got a job, working a job, putting a little bit of money aside, you should have a trading 2 and 2 account. There is no reason for you to not have a trading 2 and 2 account, or even a Vanguard. Just put away a little bit of money, because what happens is some of these companies, you'll be able to just maybe invest a little bit. It might not be much, but that little bit still makes a difference. Because think about it, you should have a little structure that you give yourself, especially starting in your 20s into your 30s, going all the way to your 40s, where you put a certain amount away into these companies that are well known to give out dividends for the past 30 years without any issues. It's like a way to invest your money, and it's something that I recommend everybody do, especially if you're just a everyday regular guy, because as you retire, what you tend to see is you get to a point whereby dividends start paying you, and then the money grows. I'm not saying obviously I'm old and I'm already getting paid a lot in dividends, but I started a long time ago, and what I've seen is that some of the dividends that I'm getting, they've gone from 5p to 50p, and that's a massive difference. Because as I get older and I carry on just putting a little bit away, that 50p is going to turn into £1. At some point it's going to turn into 5, it's going to turn into 10, it's going to turn into 20. And imagine you got 5 stocks, just 5 maybe, that are well known to pay out dividends in the past 30 years, and they get to a point where they're giving you 20. That's a wonder that you're just making £100 that you're just making a month. As you carry on getting older and you carry on putting more money, those dividends do get bigger. They get bigger, and by the time you retire, you could be pretty much earning a wage. So I highly recommend. And in times like this, with your trading 2 and 2 account, since oil prices are high, shares in big oil firms like Shell, BP in the UK, or ETFs that follow oil might go up. But I do have to tell you, it could get a bit risky if the war ends fast and the price drop. And then, you know, for people who really truly know what they do in the market, hey, this is where it gets pretty good for you, because I know some of you guys are probably right now waiting for the time that you have to start selling. You know, all my sellers, all my people who make money selling, you know, I know you guys right now, you just waiting to hear that news that's going to change something in the market, and then you're going to make your money going down. As the stock goes down, sorry, you're going to make your money. I do remember the guy that showed me trading, actually, what's it called now, Timothy Sykes. Yeah, he made his second $1 million shorting. Obviously I'm not a millionaire, but I've got a little strategy where I follow certain companies, and I keep track on them on a program called Finviz, Finviz. Guys, check that website out. It's a stock screener. You can see companies that are up right now, and if you read on them, and they just look like they might, I wouldn't say crash as such, but some companies will obviously go big on the stock chart based on big announcements. And then if that announcement doesn't fully deliver, that stock will fall. And most people, if you start to watch over stocks like these, right, most people, you will make money selling. I know there's probably companies that could be saying, oh, announcing partner ups with energy and oil companies just to get that little boom in the market. You could catch them as soon as all of this blows over. 1000% those stocks are gonna tank, and you can make a lot of money selling. Moving on to gold or gold funds. People buy gold when scared. It's a safe haven. Hide your money. Defense stocks. Companies that make weapons, planes, some UK ones might do well whilst the war goes on. You can take a look at some of those. People, to be honest, I feel like I'm probably finding this out a bit late, because I like to think that companies that do well when events like this are going out in the world, they've probably done well already on the market. I can imagine their stocks is already up, to be fair, because think of it like this, I'm pretty sure there's smart people out there that was watching out like, oh shit, this is happening, that is happening, that means we're gonna go into war for real. Those people, if they bought at the right time. Right now is not a good time to buy. I don't recommend buying. Those type of stocks, they do well. They probably are doing very well, and I know smart people are just watching their investment go up and up and up and up. Hopefully you guys remember to take your profits when it's still nice and sweet. Products index or ETFs, cheap ones that follow the whole stock market like FTSE 100 and S&P 500 via A stocks and shares ISA. They usually recover after wars. Cash savings or bonds, put money in high interest savings accounts. If you do a mix where you got half savings, quarter energy and gold, quarter broad stocks, you protect what you have, and you maybe make a bit extra when things calm down. So there you guys go. I just wrote down my ideas and expanded on them a little bit. I didn't do too much, but I'm pretty sure there's still people out there who got more knowledge than me. Let's just share those ideas, guys. Share your ideas in the comments. Let us know what's going on. But as of March 2026, guys, this is the update.